With us, it's time for our discussion on Opinion Court. You can get in touch with us. 22422 is our SMS line. If you're online, please use the hashtag Opinion Court, allowing us to track your conversation. We're at Citizen TV Kenya, at Citizen TV News. I am at Ann Kiguta, that's Ann with an E. I'll reintroduce my panel to you now. Across from me is the leader of the majority, Aden Duale. Next to him is Edward Kisiangani, our resident political analyst. And next to me is Gembe South MP, Mithika Linturi, and of course I must note that the leading majority and Mithika are both of the Jubilee coalition, and that Mithika, you have said off the record you are part of the Jubilee party, and that is something you support. And in fact, I want to tell the country that you media people can at times be very mischievous, because when you set me into a coalition course with my boss, Mizan and Duale, bring us to the same show without giving us an agenda, I think at times it's not very right, because you expect us being members of the same side of the coalition to almost be completely speaking in one language in terms of... We give you the agenda in as far as you know what you're here to discuss, but we certainly will give you your opinion. You're welcome to say what your views are. Let me say that there's no doubt. Okay. And there shouldn't be any doubt. I'm a member of the Jubilee coalition, and I am really waiting for the date when the new Jubilee party will be born. Fair enough. Because I'll be flying its flag in the other region. And that is fair comment. And it comes against this backdrop. President Uhuru Kenyatta is currently on a tour of Nakuru and Baringo. These are, of course, regions that voted heavily in favor of the Jubilee administration, but also have joined a fray of discontent over the way his administration has handled them post that win. The biggest issue for the president currently, of course, is that mounting headache, the bid to form one election vehicle for 2017. Many parties that formed the Jubilee Alliance seem unwilling to fold up to form the Jubilee Party, even though few are willing to go public with that position. It also comes hot on the heels of the Kericho senatorial by-election, in which pundits say the deputy president's popularity was tested in the rift, and some of the issues that have been raised by leaders in Jubilee strongholds has been the fact that perceived opposition strongholds seem to have received a lot more attention, a lot more dedication from the Jubilee administration than the areas that actually voted for him, among other concerns. So it's against that backdrop that we are having our conversation this evening on President Uhuru Kenyatta's latest tour of disaffected regions, Nakuru and Baringo specifically. Prof, I will start with you. Given the context that I've laid out, what do you think of this latest tour?
The latest tour of the president to the Rift Valley is a smoke, and probably let's begin with the Rift Valley. It is a cover-up of the bigger scheme.
What's the bigger scheme?
The president has gone to thank, in my opinion, to thank Gideon Moi for trying to weaken William Ruto.
The president has gone to thank Gideon Moi?
Yes. And
not to congratulate the JAP winner?
No. I think Gideon Moi has done a very good job. And the only way you can understand this plot, not to be naive about it, Anne, is to look at the Kericho election, the by-election. Two things happened. The president didn't go there to campaign for the Jubilee candidate, and left Gideon Moi on one hand with Isaac Ruto fighting with the deputy president. If you don't have anything to read from that, probably you are politically naive. But the second thing that is more critical about Kericho is the fact that the president has been consistent. He has never openly reprimanded Gideon Moi and Isaac Ruto for hitting at the deputy president and making the life of the deputy president uncomfortable. On those 2 points, you can make now the correct interpretation. He went with the person he would like to slaughter, if you like, and then told him, let's go to your home. And you know, the first place, he's going to Baringo, he's going to Nakuru, very close to Gideon. Baringo itself is the home of Gideon Moi. Then Nakuru has another son of the president. So he's going to thank them But he hoped that Ruto would realize it. So I'm just helping you to get the point. The majority leader is here. The president's trip is actually to help to thank Gideon Moi, to thank anybody that helped to weaken the position of the president.
And why would he? And why would you imagine that the president does better with a weakened William Ruto?
You know
how
what?
would that serve the Jubilee coalition?
This is how it serves. The president is a politician, and as a politician, he first must think about his personal interests. He knows very well that Deputy President Ruto helped him in a big way to mobilize people to vote for him. And as I've observed in the past, if indeed the President Kenyatta is a politician and knows how to practice power, he must first of all deal with those who helped him to come to power. The point is this: Ruto will never be grateful to the President, whichever way the President thanks him for that support. But if he replaces Ruto with Gideon Moi will say, I've always opposed to you. Even if you give him a baki, I don't deserve this. And Gideon Moi will always be grateful. So this is the political plot. The other thing that you heard them talk is a cover-up of the main scheme. The target is William Ruto.
All right.
Yes.
Duale, I'm sure you have a lot to say.
No, you know, last time I was here with the Prof, I used a term, and I don't want to use that term. You said that's a pedestrian argument. You are back to it. Yeah, I want to use it. That's again.
Come with a new one. Because this one, people are bored about it.
Yes, I think that's a kindergarten argument. It doesn't sell. It's not convincing. But having said that, the Constitution provides for each person's analytical argument and opinions. The President didn't go to Kericho. He didn't go to Malindi. He will not go to any by-election in the future, and that is a strategy of the Jubilee House. Currently, the President was in Eldama Ravine, where he opened a 6 billion water dam that serves, I think, 40% of the Nakuru County. The President today was in the referral hospital in Nakuru with the new equipment. He went to Ol Kalou and to open new roads. So this is the President, and he will visit more and more counties to, one, engage with the public, and two, to fulfill and third year open the major projects that we promised, from infrastructure to health to education. Coming back to... This is
purely a work tour, you
Yes, it's a work tour, and it will go until we have a plan until August, and you'll see the President in all counties, including mine. Secondly, whether the President is losing ground in those regions, I think the news I've just watched, an independent media house can attest to that the President and the Deputy President are very popular.
There's no disquiet in their backyard?
There is no disquiet. That is a perception of the third estate of the media.
The fourth.
Of the fourth estate, the media. Finally, and for all and sundry, Honorable Gideon Moi is the chairman of KANU. He didn't support President Uhuru Kenyatta. He was part and parcel of our coalition during the election. He was part of the Amani coalition. And, you know, for strange reasons, Gideon Moi, Honorable Gideon Moi got over 120,000 votes in Baringo County as a senator.
Strange.
And the strange thing is, if you allow us,
yeah.
So because some of us, you know, we do structured discussion.
Please, sir, go ahead.
Yeah, structured discussion. We listen to the other side of the argument. Now listen to the structured. You know, unfortunately, his presidential candidate, strangely, in Baringo, his presidential candidate was Musalia Mudavadi. Musalia Mudavadi barely didn't get even 1,000 votes in Baringo County. Now, when we formed government, Gideon Moi had 6 members of parliament. 6 members of parliament, 1 senator, plus him, 2 senators, and 1 nominated. They decided to come and form a post-election coalition. And now he has categorically said he doesn't want to join. So from where I sit in the Jubilee coalition, KANU is not an agenda, is not part of the parties that even want to join the big house called Jubilee.
And that's not a problem.
Today we watch Parliament, we have the political parties bill. Clause 8 of that bill deals with the merger, not only for us, for the future, for coalition building in our country. And I'm sure once that is done, those parties which want to fold up will do it through the laid down procedures of National Delegates Conference. Those members who are in Jubilee or affiliate parties who don't want to join the new house also have their stake.
Okay. So you're saying the legal hurdles will have been crossed in as far as this bill that has been brought forward to the House. Let me come to you, Mithika, because basically the thrust of Duale's argument is that there is no discontent in the Jubilee backyard. Is that the case from where you sit? Is everyone sitting pretty in house?
You know, I think at times people try to blow things out of proportion, and I think it's also important to appreciate. However, our opinions may differ. The right to entitled to professor is his constitutional right. But let me tell him that since one thing that he must understand is that the president and his deputy have been friends for quite a long time. They have a personal relationship. They have some personal bond. And to me, it would also, as you were saying, it would be very naive to imagine that anybody or the likes or the person of the caliber of the end of state of this country who has access to intelligence reports, who knows what is happening in any part of the country, when and as he wishes, would imagine that you would easily try to weaken William Ruto in his backyard. Why I say that is for what interest? So these people, remember, they are coming together in the year 2013 was to unite the country. And if I remember the plenty that the LP used to say in most of his meetings, that they are coming together is based on the need to unite Kenya and to make sure that there is nobody, no blood will be shed in any part of this country on account of political competition. Those were his ones. And I personally believe they were all committed to achieving this important goal. So I don't find any reason that any right or any reasonable person in this country would really take to be so serious that President Uhuru Kenyatta would want to weaken his deputy president.
But
in any case, remember, and this is what I want to conclude on this matter. We are talking about building one united house called Jubilee. It is to their interest that there is one strong political party to bring the country together to achieve that initial intended purpose.
I beg your pardon. I don't want you to have to defend your position because we need to move the conversation beyond what we believe were the reasons for the president to go there, which is, even though you agree with the notion that there should be one Jubilee party, is there discontent?
Pardon? Let me say something in terms of discontent. One, let's all agree that in Jubilee, the Jubilee administration made serious promises to the Kenyan people. There, in terms of expectation, there has never been any government that the Kenyan people has had greater expectation than Jubilee. And for that reason, even Jubilee, as Jubilee is trying to work very hard, then very few people may really want to really appreciate that it's not doing something. Remember, when you look around the country, every primary school today has electricity. When you
is there discontent, yes or no?
I'm saying because of that over expectation and some selfishness in terms of failure to understand that Uhuru Kenyatta is a national leader. The Deputy President is a national leader. And whether people voted for them or not, they have a responsibility as President and Deputy to deliver to all parts of this, all parts of this country. And for that reason, then some of us that may really want to put so much pressure and blame will just make it very well knowing that whatever people may be doing or noise making is to create attention so that at least they are not able to see what. But honestly, I think the Jubilee administration is
the point is this: you can ignore the issues I've raised about Kericho, but they will not go away. What is critical here is that the conflict that took place at just before the by-elections between Deputy President and Governor Ruto was manufactured. And it was manufactured by probably somebody in Jubilee. The idea is to cause some discomfort, but what is the end result? The end result is to have Ruto badly bruised. And William Ruto is badly bruised. Now it is.
But he quote unquote emerged victorious.
He emerged victorious. I don't know whether you remember. But wait, the bruise is there. But after the bruise has been made, somebody saying there is a lot of discontent and some appointments. This is part of the cover-up. What the president knows very well is this: if he moves from William Ruto to Gideon Moi, he will still own that vote. So in terms of popularity of President Kenyatta, it doesn't happen. It doesn't matter. You know, there are little things that some people want to ignore. Let me ask you a question. You know, the two gentlemen who are here, the first time the president, no, this is an important matter. The first time when President Uhuru won the elections in 2013, when he won the election in 2013, we can't cover this. The first thing is he met President Moi, and he met President Moi alone. And then later with Gideon. Yes, and he can continue meeting President Moi. What was he discussing? You don't know. So if you don't know, don't comment. So you know. No,
but you don't know either, Prof.
No, I may not know. I think we are looking at variables. And
I think we can be fair to the country. I think that you have a better issues.
No, you cannot determine that. We can maybe because I've said the truth.
Okay, okay, gentlemen, let's
maybe because I've said the truth that you are feeling.
I think no, the level that I can discuss that, I think, is too low for me.
No, I think it's too high for you.
Wow, wow. Thank you for both, for your heights and lows. Yes. All right. I want us to just press forward. Prof, if you would please indulge me. If you would press forward. You have argued that the discontent in these regions is significant, that it may shift alliances. Do you think it is significant enough that that the region would want to punish the president or the deputy president in the next election based on what they did or did not deliver for them during their first term?
I don't think that the region has any problem with the president. They will still vote, they will still vote the president in 2017. The problem that is there is how to negotiate and navigate around the position of William Ruto, the deputy president. But this region, as I've argued, even if William Ruto was not there, there would be another alternative within the Rift Valley and would still deliver the same vote to the president. So the president has no problem with that vote. The vote still belongs to the president. And he does not need William Ruto. The president doesn't need William Ruto to get that vote.
Yeah. Duale, let me ask you, what is the formation?
That's a very good question. Let me answer that question. That's a very good question. Now I can. You know, William Ruto was one of the founding members of ODM in 2007, in which I was a member. And William Ruto single-handedly, with other leaders in the Rift, delivered the Rift to ODM against the whims of President Moi and the other, and his son and all that. In 2013, under a new, I mean, in 2010, with me and many others, William Ruto left ODM. And I'm a living example. I'm not like Prof, you know, who just pick stories from. I'm a living example.
Oh my.
So we left ODM.
Yes.
And William Ruto formed a party called URP.
Yes.
I was one of the founder members. And today that party has over 76 members of parliament, 10 senators, 10 governors. And William Ruto formed an alliance with the current president, President Uhuru Kenyatta. And they formed government. So William Ruto's track record in politics in our country from 2007 to 2016 to the by-election in Kericho
cannot be understated. Fair enough.
Compare it with the history.
Yes.
So we don't do.
Okay, fair enough. But let me ask you this. The question is, the formation of a Jubilee party, one party, is such a big deal for the alliance. This is something the president even today has said, this is how we're going ahead with it, like it or not. Why do you think it is such an important issue for your coalition in the way it is not for CORD to hold up and form one party?
And let me tell you, this country had one formidable party called KANU with all its challenges. And in 2002, Kenyans decided to change that to NAC. NAC became another unifying party that had everybody, all regions, all religions, all communities. What happened? Midstream in the NAC government, squabble started. LDP took off. So the NAC government then and the political leadership then, led by President Kibaki, squandered the chance given to them by Kenyans to unify the nation. So when NAC went, everybody went to his tribal party. Today, if you look at TNA, even though it has MPs from across the country, but its root is in central Kenya. If you look at URP, which I'm a member, it's associated with the Rift. If you look at Wiper, it's associated with Okambani.
Parties are tribal?
Yes, all of them become tribal. So what happens?
No.
We are under. No, let me finish.
No, I also want to mention.
So we are under. We even look at Meru,
yes,
APK.
Exactly.
Even Meru went APK. APK.
Even you have a party.
Yes.
Okay.
So what happened? It's under, and I think a moral responsibility for the leadership of this country, and currently the president and the deputy, because they're the head of the executive, at least from our side, to create a vehicle that unifies the country, that never again we will say the coastal versus the upcountry, the rift versus the mountain, the Muslims versus the Christians, this tribe against this tribe, this region against this region. That's why our philosophy is one of unifying this country.
Mithika, how will that be different? How will that be different from KANU? Sir, if you would please, how would that be different from KANU, which eventually suffered the fate of appearing to be a one-man dictatorship?
You know, why I really appreciate this situation, and my boss may not be very happy about it.
Are you fearing him?
No. You know, no, that can't be happen. No, we must respect each other.
Yeah.
Is that why I'm at the forefront of this? Is that, you know, I'm a son of KANU. I got into parliament.
So when he's throwing jabs at KANU,
no, I have become an.
You're getting some feelings.
Yes, the whip of KANU. I was KANU's whip. President Kenyatta was my chair.
So you're not too happy with this?
I must not forget my roots. So I'm considering the values that KANU earned, despite the challenges, as Juan is trying to say, that even if it is not to be remembered for anything else, that the united Kenya, this call by the president as a deputy to all come together, form Jubilee, to unite Kenya, to bring everyone on board, is something I must have.
And now KANU under Gideon Moi, does it still feel like home?
Let me tell you. You know, don't even talk about
no, answer the question.
Gideon Moi,
yes.
I don't think, and with all respect, tremendous to him, is not a person we should be discussing here because he doesn't have capacity to be discussed in terms of bringing together anybody or coming up with any serious opposition or trying to deliver any vote to anybody. And let me tell you, and this is the truth, if anybody wants to just wish away William Ruto, you will just be doing it at your own. Gideon Moi cannot be as a close substitute.
Let's go back to the question. The question that Ian is asking is important. You can dismiss Gideon Moi, maybe he can come and prove his worth to you. But for me, I think the reason
I worked with him in KANU when he was vice chairman.
I don't know him.
The reason that these parties are a bit uncomfortable in coming together is about the objectives that brought them together. The objectives that caused William William Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta to come together in 2013 are likely to change in 2017. And they could also be scattered in 2022.
The objectives in 2013 were? No, let him make his point.
Yes.
The objective in 2013
this guy was... They came together because of... they were never friends. Because I've had on this show...
They came together because of the ICC?
The ICC process. And maybe the ICC will not be an issue in 2017. And in 2022, the situation is different. Let me tell you, even the parties like the one that Mheshimiwa Duale has mentioned in Central, like the TNA, or the one in Meru, the assumption that William Ruto has is that these parties are likely to support him under one party called Jubilee. And the mention of that causes a lot of discomfort to people like Honorable Linduri. William Ruto is not assured of support of the same members who are coming from these parties in 2022, although we are sure most of them will support the president in 2017. So the game plan for 2022 is different. So people are looking at what will happen in the future, and they would like to straighten themselves in a way that they can bargain.
Okay.
So they cannot be put in one party.
It may work for 2017, but it may not work for 2022. Okay, fair point. Gentlemen, I must come to you all briefly with a very brief final comment as we are out of time. The future of Jubilee Party, when are you going to merge in your hopes and dreams?
They will not.
Wow, Prof. Let him on.
He has no party.
I don't need one.
Maybe the Farmers' Party.
I don't need one.
Because
nothing wrong with farmers having a party. Nothing wrong with that.
You join parties to win seats. You can't win any seat.
Oh,
his business is to vote and vote somebody, and you have a choice.
Yes, but
we are not forcing you to vote.
Some of these parties will not be there. So why would you join a party which might not be there in 2017?
Wow. You too. Okay, it was Viveka's turn. Let's allow him. You better run with it.
So the question was when we are managing. Let me say that we may have some bit of challenge, and the challenge is legal. The Political Parties Act is before Parliament for our consideration. Remember, if you know what the law provides for, if you merge it now without amendments to the law, the President may be left hanging without a party, and that will be disastrous. So let us be given time, the lead of majority is here to fast-track the bill, and I'm sure when that is done, surely and definitely we will be merging.
All right.
I think we have a plan and we have a strategy. We are not working in the dark. I mean, we're working when the street lights are on. We are creating a law for merger and for coalition, which was never there before, not only for our side, but even for posterity. We expect the merger to take place once we're done with the law in Clause 8. And more fundamental, not only the President, there are members of our coalition who might not want to join the merger. We are providing a transitional clause in that law so that they can finish their remaining part of their term in Parliament or in Senate or in gubernatorial, so that and we're giving them 45 days.
Right.
And that's why I'm telling you, that bill is so condensed. Once that bill is assented to law, mergers not only for us, for everybody, coalitions for everybody. We will, I can tell you for sure, TNA, URP, APK and others, we will hold our respective annual delegates conference. We will collapse our parties and we will join. We want to take the route. And I told you we have only one, in a summary.
Right.
Our summary is one.
Okay.
Is unifying the nations and making sure a political party that has all communities, all religions, all regions, and with one leadership. Okay. That chance was given to the people of Kenya during the NAC regime, and I'm sure somebody somewhere did not run away with that situation. So we're taking that.
Okay. All right. Finally, briefly.
Honorable Duale is saying yes.
You don't need to reply to me. You need to give your views.
Everybody, okay.
You don't need to reply to me.
We are saying actually Jubilee.
Have your own opinion.
No, this is not Parliament. We are on the streets. You should raise it.
You can't be in Parliament.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a privilege to be in Parliament.
Okay.
So
let
me finish.
Let's stop with the personal jab. Please allow Prof to make his.
You see, so we
allowed you to
actually Jubilee have. As he's saying, we have a plan. Actually, Jubilee have a plan, but the president has his own plan. So, you know, you do not know the president's plan, and he's a politician. He has a plan. You have a plan. Let us see which one wins. Let us see which one wins.
And I'm going to wind up the show on that note. I'm going to wind it up right now. We'll be back with the business after this.